Welcome to one of the crown jewels of Sochi's Paralympic venues. On the shores of the majestic Black Sea, it's Shayba Arena. Shayba translated means pucks, and they will be flying around in here tonight, where it's day one of the immensely popular Paralympic sledge hockey tournament. The sport's Spartan beginnings came at a rehabilitation center in Stockholm, Sweden, 50 years ago. The resilient and talented group of Swedes, hardly deterred in any way by their physical impairments, wanted to keep playing a sport near and dear to them. So sledge hockey was born. Now it's played at the highest levels in nearly 20 countries around the world, and every 4 years, the best of the best gather to celebrate their tireless dedication, awe-inspiring talent, and chase the fairy tale ending that oh so elusive but so coveted Olympic gold. You saw the standings coming in from this afternoon and early evening play, and now Korea's goalie, the man who says I am the best goalie in the world, number 31, Man Gwin-yu, leads his team out against Russia. Russia, one of the most promising teams in the tournament, the number 3 seed, despite it being its first appearance in these Paralympic environment. The team only formed in 2009, but they won the bronze at the 2013 World Championship. Korea, one of the teams with the highest average age at Sochi, will be looking to lay a sound platform for Pyeongchang, the 2016 Paralympic Winter Games. A couple of teams making their Paralympic ice sledge hockey debuts tonight in Shayba Arena. Russia and Korea gathering around their goalkeepers for a final bit of pep talk before they get going. There you see Korea's starting lineup. Rules essentially the same as able-bodied hockey. Teams have 15 eligible players, 6 per side on the ice at the same time, including the goalies. The biggest difference between this and stand-up hockey is the equipment. Players, of course, sit and ride on very maneuverable steel sleds or sledges attached to 2 skate blades. From the sitting position, these amazing athletes control their speed and maneuver their sledges, stick handle, pass, and shoot the puck, all with small sticks. One with tiny teeth allows it to grip the ice and pick up speed. Curved sticks are used, on the other hand, for passing and shooting. And the best can really fire the puck upwards of 80 miles an hour. And of course, Russia's head coach, Sergei Samoylov. Kim Ik-Hwan, the head coach of Korea, says teamwork is probably our biggest strength because we have been working together and training for a long time with the same lineup. We have very good endurance. This is the most risky thing for us. He says he doesn't care about what color the medal. The color doesn't matter. Any medal will suit us. And with that guy in goal, Yoo Man-gun, Korea has a chance in every single game. You got to admire a keeper who says, I am the best in the world. Russian fans getting ready to celebrate. Same for Korea. We've had spirited games, the first 3 of the day, and the new kids on the ice sledge block are getting ready to battle. Korea won the 2013 IPC Sledge Hockey Qualification Tournament. They come in as the 6th seed. Russia, the 3rd seed, coming off their number 3 finish in the World Championships in 2013. Incredible story here of how this team built this ice sledge hockey training program from scratch. How far has this National Paralympic Winter Ice Sledge Hockey program come? Well, the Russians, again, the 3rd seed here in Sochi, but the program is barely 5 years old. They made World Championships debut just in 2012, where they outscored opponents 20-2 on the way to winning the gold in the B Pool Championships. They came in 3rd in the most recent World Championships, but losing to the top 2 seeds here, Canada and the US, each by 1 goal. So away we go, and an early opportunity. Korea in white, Russia in the familiar red, and Korea behind the net of their goalkeeper, Man Gwin-hu. Here they come. The forecheck will be fast and furious. for Russia. And keep your eye on number 8, Dmitry Lisov. Dima, they call him. Also number 8 is a tremendous team player. Lisov trying to get traction, and the Koreans on the attack now. That is Jung-Kyun Lee chasing the defenseman. Big collision there. If you're a fancier of contact, you're going to enjoy this sport immensely. Lisov with a very acrobatic move right at the blue line, managing to keep the puck in and then scaling it down and sending the forecheck in. That's Alexei Lisov, the defenseman, in close and an opportunity. Boy, these games, it's so important to start well. If you can get an early goal, it relaxes the players. It sets the tone. Here come the Russians on ahead. But that man in goal, Man Gun-yu, number 31, stands tall for Korea. He will be a tough man to beat in the nets. First penalty of the game right here. Just a minute 53 in. And Korea's Park Woo-chul will be going off 2 minutes for roughing, and immediately you get to see the skill, some say even the wizardry, of this young and growing Russian hockey team on the power play. Volkov wins the face-off. They are in control. The setup up high, the shot high over the head of the keeper, Yu. Watch the stick handling, ambidextrous, great use of both sticks. You see the cycle going on behind, looking for an opening, and they're set up very nicely, very well. Puck possession, moving the defense around, back and forth. The shot blocked by a Korean defenseman, and that's a good sign for the men in white. The long clear on the power play. There's just over a minute left. Russia couldn't have asked for a better break to start the game on the power play. Collision there. Again, puck possession and a partial clear, and now a complete clear. We'll get into this man's story as the game goes on. Vadim Selyukin, one of the great stories in all of sport history in Russia. Lisov checking, creating an opportunity, and there it is in front, and it's covered up by Man Gun-yu. Meantime, Sergei Samoylov, the coach who has built this team literally from scratch, with the help from Canadian coach Todd Sargent, the head coach of Sledge Team Ontario. He arrived in August of 2009 to Russia. He traveled to east of Moscow, bringing a couple of sledges, sticks, and other equipment. And in that short period of time, he helped to recruit players. They were taking anybody who could get on a sledge and get opportunity in front, denied. And the clear easily done there by number 88, Song Hyun Park, the defenseman. Power play winding down, not their good puck possession, but really no good chances for the Russians. Now Dima, the man they call Dima, ahead. Great setup. Both hands being utilized, but great defense knocks the Russian off the puck. Lisov keeps it going. That would be Alexei Lisov, the defenseman, 37 years old. He's not the 22-year-old Lisov, Dmitry. He was one of the stars, growing stars in this game. That is icing because the penalty is over. And we're at even strength. So early on, a little bit of excitement for the Russians on the power play, but really nothing going. To understand the depth of the growth of this Russian Paralympic ice sledge hockey team, you have to follow the career of Vadim Selyukin. He lost both legs while serving in the military in Chechnya, injured in 2002. As they put a shot on goal, nice block by the Korean defense. He says he remembers everything like it was yesterday. By the way, Selyukin, if you're looking, is number 17, a defenseman who will be heavily involved in the play. Here comes the Korean, number 14, Ik-Hwan Kim. He carried the torch in the opening ceremonies for the Korean team. Quite an honor. Selyukin said he remembers the injury like it was yesterday. He was completely lost. He didn't know what to do next. He was 25. He knew he would have a completely different life. So again, Vadim Selyukin, number 17, got great support from his friends. Here come the Russians with an attempt, and that was Man Gyun-yu, the goalie, coming up huge. He says, I'm the best in the world, and he looked it on that save. Selyukin, in 2004, launched a sport club for disabled sportsmen. His dedication to sledge hockey surfaced 5 years later, and the rest is history. Vadim Selyukin, now one of the pillars of the Russian team, and the reason really why this team is the number 3 seed on home soil here in the Sochi Paralympic Winter Games. An amazing story. We will follow Selyukin throughout this tournament. But one of the things we felt you needed to know early is to the mental makeup of the Russian team, and their goalie, excellent as well, Mikhail Ivanov. You see the early action, Petrov maneuvering beautifully, and the shot from the left hand of his teammate, and the great positioning from that man, the 41-year-old Yu. 3 saves early, and 2 of them were ticketed for goals. Head coach Sergei Samoylov remembers the days early when he had a team that couldn't skate, had no idea what they were doing. Very little exposure to the sport of sledge hockey. He said now they can even skate backwards. He says we could show a circus on ice. Certainly they have closed the gap with the US and the Canadians, believed to be the 2 best teams in the world. And the Russians, the number 3 seed, and on home soil, an excellent opportunity for them. But it starts here. This game will launch one of these 2 teams into a great position in Group B. And here comes Dmitry Lisov ahead, but pursued, and an early chance, fanned, another chance, and there is Yu again. What an imposing figure in the nets, denying the Russians early, and now the race for the puck. Gobbled up by that man I was telling you about, Vadim Selyukin. End-to-end action. They wave off the icing. That's Alexei Lisov, the defenseman, 37 years old, and ahead it goes. That will be icing. Whistle is blown, and it will be a face-off back in the Russian zone. His coach counting on his forward, Ik-Hwan Kim, perhaps the fastest player in the world. We talked briefly about him. To keep our eye on Ik-Hwan Kim, number 14, a forward who can fly, and there he is on the puck, in possession. wheeling and dealing. And it's fired ahead. So far, Korea hanging in there. They've already fought off a early Russian power play, trying to put some pressure on Mikhail Ivanov in the Russian goal. Again, these are two programs playing their first few minutes of Paralympic ice sledge hockey in their history. A remarkable story and a great advanced pass. And here comes Ik-Hwan Kim. He'll want to get it in open ice and let his Jets take over. And here come the Russians with an opportunity, and it's scaled back the other way. You saw the subtle allowing of the puck to go through. That oftentimes is to avoid a too many men on the ice penalty as the change is going on. And the Russians, a little giveaway in front as the Russians were changing. Players on, players off the ice. If it's at all in question, they don't want to touch it for fear of being called for too many men on the ice. Again, this is very little puck possession, a lot of dumping and chasing. A lot of nerves involved, especially for the home team. It's a great thrill to have the lift of the crowd, but there's pressure being a home team in a Paralympic environment, and yet another icing for the Russians, and so the balance of play tips back toward the Russian goal, where they will face off once again. Collisions will be fast and furious in this sport. The chance right there, the fan, and then the gather, and then the flick, and you in the Korea net equal to the task. Amasov trying to win the face-off. Where's the puck? A scary time for the keeper. Oh, the Koreans come away with it. And here comes Vladimir Litvinenko trying to make a clear and can't get it out. Now the Russians clear it, and with an opportunity. Here comes number 21, Yevgeny Petrov, dumping it down, and chasing is Konstantinov Shikov. Number 9 battling in the corner. Seems to have laid out the Korean player who is hurt. We have an injury. Don't know if they called a penalty just yet. But that is Sung Hyun Sa. Looks like he's okay. Just an early shake-up. Again, an early power play for the Russians. You see the hit there from Shikov. And Sa is down, but he would have popped back up. Again, minute 53 into the game. Park went off, 2 minutes for roughing. The Soviets unable to get much going there. And there you see Selyukin trying to keep it in, couldn't do it. Under 6 minutes left in a first period that's gone by with very few stoppages. A couple of icings and one penalty. Up, a giveaway. Russians maneuvering quickly. A little no-look behind the back attempt there from number 23. That's Ilya Volkov, a 28-year-old forward. Selyukin bouncing it off the boards. Collision. 27, Byung-Suk Cho coming in. Again, very little puck possession. A lot of dumping and chasing. Big hitting. Defenseman doing a good job of not turning it over. A little opportunity in front there. And here comes Nikolai Terentiev. Ahead. Another icing. Nothing like a little bit of the freeze for Sa, and he'll be right back out there. Mikhail Ivanov turns 31 in 3 weeks. He would love to have a medal around his neck at his birthday party. argument with the official. But you saw Korea's coach Kim. He's got to be pleased. A scoreless first period on the road in the biggest game in Korea's very thin ice sledge hockey history. The first ever Paralympic competition. They've held up well through an early power play. Not too nervous, no giveaways. And again, well defended. It's 1-on-2, but he's in. Terentiev sets up, and now look at Big U coming out to cut off the attempt, cutting off the angle, coming up larger than life out from his crease, and an already large goalkeeper swallows up the goal behind him as he comes out and cuts down the angle there. But there was a chance there as Nikolai Terentiev comes in, sets up his teammate, and you can tell that Samoylov thought they had a better chance. Sergei Samoylov in an animated discussion with Alexei Masov, his 32-year-old forward. Fascinating the way the emotions ebb and flow in this game. The longer the game goes scoreless and tied, the more pressure on that man, Sergei Samoylov. Make no mistake, this may be a relatively young sledge hockey program, but that man knows how to build a winner, and this team is among the best here in Sochi. They've played well over the last couple of years as they've come to understand the game and found better players. Ooh, a little dangerous play behind his own net. It's turned over as Young-Jae Cho gives it away, and the Russians have it, but it's scaled back the other way. 4.5 left in period number 1, and yet another icing. Earlier today, first game of the tournament, what a battle. Norway coming away with a 2-1 win and a shootout over the Czech Republic. Then second game, Canada 10-1 over Sweden as the Swedes' Paralympic ice sledge hockey troubles continue. Then the USA and Italy. USA getting two goals from a 15-year-old and a goal from a 16-year-old. Skate away with a 5-1 win over Italy. The sub-story there, the first goal scored on the U.S. Remember, they went all the way through Vancouver to the gold medal without giving up a goal in 5 games, and they almost had another shutout. Italy breaking up the shutout in the last minute and a half. Shot on goal looked somewhat harmless, but you didn't control it, and an opportunity in front. Blocked, another block, and the goalkeeper getting plenty of blocks from his defensive-minded team. Russians scale at high, 4 shots to 2. The Russians have shot the puck many more times than that, but Hughes' defensemen have done a wonderful job of blocking it. You see the communication? The great back check by Shikov causes the turnover, and now work being done in the corner, where it's always toughest man comes away with the puck, it seems. Again, dumped back behind Mangun Yu's net. Now Korea, for the first time, we see an actual formation of a play develop. And perhaps an opportunity down the other way as Selyukin comes in to break it up and easily sends it ahead. A chance there, denied. And this Korean team is just playing tremendous defense. They are locking the Russians up. No chance to really have any puck possession. And now the forecheck. Selyukin behind the net, clears it around to his teammate, but it's controlled by the Koreans in a dangerous situation in front. Knocked around. Oh, and you see right there, Mikhail Ivanov has to cover up as his defenseman knocked it near him. It looked a little scary. A chance there, but again, Korea in tremendous position. That is 68 Min-Soo Han doing his job. We're inside 2 minutes of period one. And defense, the story here. There's Han again with the clear, sneaking by the pinch all the way down, and another icing. More icing than shots on goal, I would imagine. Korea with a total of 2 shots on goal, the Russians with 5. Korea has had the better of the face-offs, winning them 8-3. We've had many face-offs, and another one here down deep in Korea's zone, right in front of their massive goalkeeper. And oh, they almost had a chance there. The first one whistled past Man Gyun-yu off the bouncy boards right out in front, but he is quick in there. Again, he has gone on record as saying, I'm the best goalie in the world. And you see the quickness. Look at him recover. Takes the man out first, then gets down to Dmitry Lisov, who was trying to poke in an easy one. So a little bit of a scare, but again, no problem. And here comes the fastest man on ice if he can get going, but unable to do so, Seung-Won Jung. Jung now chasing in deep forecheck. The Russians looking for something, and here he comes. Nice maneuvering, a setup in front. The defense again bailing their goalkeeper out. This is a tremendously fine-tuned effort by the Koreans on defense. Now the Russians starting to get bodies and pucks in mass in front of you. Under a minute to go. You don't want to give up a late period goal, and there's a giveaway. Here comes Evgeny Petrov. Looking for help, he has it. Great opportunity here. And the follow-up. Score! Vasily Varlakov, 29-year-old defenseman, and again, there's just so much that you can do. They started to get puck possession, and there you see the shot cleanly beats you. What an emotional goal in the last minute. Everybody will tell you, both sides, those goals are killers. Amasov and Petrov with the assists, and Varlakov with the goal. 14-19, just 41 ticks before the end of period number one, and a big sigh of relief goes through the Shayba Arena as Russia jumps up on Korea 1-0. See what happens now. Korea would love to get one back right away. There's a shot on goal, and Ivanov had it measured. 20 seconds now. And a penalty. And the Russians will go back on the power play. Waiting to see who skates off. Thought there was an arm raised and a referee pointing. at the Korean player. Perhaps it was just for a stoppage. And yes, no penalty. So the Koreans happy with that. And now, does anybody have enough time to mount one final push? We're in the last 5 seconds, and this is how it'll end. 1-0. Russia scores 14-19 into period number 1, and Han Jun-yu, who was large and in charge for most of the period, could not stop that one. Vasily Varlakov scores the goal, and that's where we stand after period number 1 of the second preliminary round game of Group B. Russia hoping to match the US and Canada and Norway. All have already won in day 1 of this Sochi Winter Paralympic ice sledge hockey tournament. Koreans despondent as they head out, hoping to get in a scoreless situation in a period that was very even. And the Korean defense have done a wonderful job in front of their goalie Yu, the 41-year-old, but just too much Russian pressure right at the end. And off the rebound in front, and a nice pass is Vasily Varlakov. And that is how things stand after one period here at Shayba Arena in Sochi. The Russian Federation off to a good start. Again, first ever Paralympic ice sledge hockey action for either team. Both looking like veterans out there. A well-played first period. The Russians, though, take advantage of a late break, and they have a little bit of breathing room. 1-0 after 1 in Sochi. First period numbers for you. Shots 7-2. One got through. No power plays for the Koreans. Russia had one in the first 2 minutes of the game. Pretty balanced first period. A lot of activity in front of Korea's goalie, Man Jun-yu. He was equal to the task through most of the period, but the Russian Federation getting one later in the period, a backbreaker, the kind that you just don't want to give up in any situation, but certainly not in the first game of your first ever Paralympic sledge hockey experience. Pretty even all the way through. Shots indicative of the way the game went for the most part. Several shots never got through. There were a handful, 4 or 5, that the Russians fired away. Korea's defense kept well away from the goal. And again, it's Varlikov from Amosov and Petrov at 14-19. Just 41 seconds left in the first period, and that man finally beaten. Collisions heavy and frequent throughout this game. Puck possession not in evidence. Big save there from Ivanov of the Russians. Big save there from Yu. Then near the end, the bounce of the puck goes the way of the men in red. Just when it looked like Korea would get away with a scoreless first period, a giveaway. Great work from the Russian forecheckers. And finally, that man beaten. What a feeling for 29-year-old Vasily Varlikov. Again with assists from Amosov and Petrov. First intermission coming to a close. Teams getting back on the ice, getting ready to go. Korea in a little bit of a hole here. Russians have come on in the last couple of years. The bronze medal at the recent World Championships, where they lost to the gold and silver medalists Canada and US by 1 goal in each game. Certainly an indication of how far the Russian team has come and how close they are. Fans having a great time here at day 1 of the Sochi Winter Paralympics. And ice sledge hockey, certainly one of the crown jewels of these Paralympics. The Shayba Arena holds 7,000, and it's close to packed tonight with the Russian hosts playing. Varlikov, one shot, and it was true. What's going through the mind of the Korean team? Played so well in the period. Their management and committee, Olympic committee leaders. This first game, oh so important. they already know that at the top of Group B sits the U.S. today, thanks to a 5-1 win over Italy. Group A, leaders Norway, a 2-1 win over the Czech Republic in a shootout, and Canada, a 10-1 drubbing of Sweden. The Swedes continue to have trouble here at the Winter Paralympic level. They used to dominate early on in the history of Paralympic Winter Games. Sweden would medal off in gold, and in recent years it has been slim pickings. Cho, one of the players that Korea is counting on to get the team going, and we'll see what happens early in the second period. Remember, 15-minute periods here in ice sledge hockey. Ivanov barely tested in the first period, and that's just fine with him. Facing just 2 shots. And here we go with period number 2. Korea dumping and chasing, and a big hit. Selyukin leveled, and you see how quick, right there in front, the absolute burning speed of Sung-Hwan Jung on display there for the fastest man in the world in this discipline. There he is again, controlling the puck, keeping it in the zone, and another opportunity whistled wide of the Ivanov goal. Back around, the Koreans in good shape here. And this time it's a Russian defenseman blocking the puck. Matter of fact, it's caught up in his sledge. There's 22, Nikolai Parentiev. He skates off, feeling pretty good. Korean captain. Pretty positive bench there. You see the attempt, and Ivanov equal to it. Great position, the keeper. It's set, and it paid off. Now the race to the puck, and icing. Again, face off all the way back down in the Russian zone. Face-offs evening out a bit. It's 10-7 in favor of Korea. We had 17 face-offs. Set up. Big hit off to the pass. Here comes Litvinenko in front. And now Russia pouring it on. This is that man, Dima, walking in, spinning, controlling, and they're going to rule offside. Number 9, Konstantin Shikov. Coach is working so hard. Really, both of these programs, an amazing reward for the hard work, developing the elite athletes to compete in this sport. Korea and Russia making their Winter Paralympic ice sledge hockey debuts tonight. Russia in position, dump in front, chance denied. But the hustling forecheck of the men in red starting to take a toll, and Yu covers up. Shikov involved in some heavy work there deep in Korea's zone. The goaltender Yu has said the goal of the team is to improve our result in Vancouver, where they finished 6th. Started playing sledge hockey at the age of 32 after coming over from playing wheelchair basketball. This is the Korean goalie. He found the sport of sledge hockey through pure curiosity and the urge to try something completely new in the winter, and he loved it. I liked the violence of the sport, such as body checks or the powerful shooting. I love the fact that I can enjoy a strenuous sport same as non-disabled people. And a chance in front for the Russians. Again, the puck hitting bodies and never getting to you. Mikhail Lisov sends it in, and this is Nikolai Trentyev. And now Volkov, who has an assist. And a big chance in front. Bodies in the zone and puck control. Trentyev has it, and now that man, Lisov, Dima, the captain of the team, sets up Volkov, and the puck is sitting right there, and it's escaped. Great work, Yu with the save, and his defender also coming in, taking the puck right off the edge of the crease there, where it was sitting there waiting to be put in. And Korea avoids falling down 2-0. Great awareness. Lisov, nice little pirouette to hold off the Korean defender, and we have a breakaway. Here comes Amasov, unable to get anything going. Already has an assist. Now Trentyev. And Amasov battling, and there'll be a penalty right there. And now the Koreans will go on the power play. Looks like they will get Shikov for a hold, and the break that Korea needs, perhaps. And the Korean crowd comes to life knowing they have a big opportunity right here. There goes Amasov. Had done a lot of good work behind the Korean net, but apparently this, the takedown. And that is called holding. So Alexei Amasov will go 2 minutes for holding. See what the Koreans can do on the power play. They bring it out, they will reset. A dangerous situation, bringing the puck back into your own end. And now the Russians with a chance to apply pressure on the penalty kill. Sang-Hyun Park comes in. Lisov giving chase. Takes a hit. The puck all the way back behind the Korean net. Great setup, and there is number 14, Sung-Hwan Young. He can flat fly, and the setup, what a move, back and forth, opportunity, and the Russians come in and knock the puck away. There was a chance there for the Koreans. A big hit by Petrov causes the turnover, and good forechecking on the penalty kill by Selyukin. The Russians frustrating the Koreans, who can barely get out of their own zone. Now some puck possession. And the interception off of the giveaway and given back. And a big hit. Selyukin sends it in now. A lot of action, and this is all while the Russians are down a man. And a chance in front, 17 seconds left in the power play, but it would appear that the Russians were up a man, not down a man. There goes Jung. Can't get up to speed. And now an advantage. Set up beautifully. A little bit of a miss. A flick. Ivanov making sure it went past him, harmlessly sliding away. Penalty over. 5 aside. And there's Jung running into his own man. The goalie Ivanov flicks the puck away. And now here come the Russians with numbers. Petrov. And Shikov there. Petrov again battling. Going up with Park. Cho is in there. Now Han joins the play and has it. The nice setup just misses the advance. And now they'll go to the sides and try to work out another play. You can see neither team gets very far without having a body put on them. Right there, that was 21 Petrov laying out the Korean, and another hit there on the side from number 6 Litvinenko. The home team not shy about throwing the body around, and another icing. Plenty of hitting, and this game is so tight. Here's the Russian captain, man we talked about, Dmitry Lisov. They call him Dima. At 22, he's helped transform the Russian sledge hockey team from nothing just 3 or 4 years ago to one of the elite teams in the world. He scored 4 goals and added an assist to lead his team in scoring at the Ice Sledge Hockey World Championships. The Russians finished 3rd, an indication of how far they've come. And Lisov, Dima, among the best attackers. He says he wants to be the best in the world. Wants to be the best forward in the world. He wants to catch Greg Westlake, who plays for Canada. He named him. He said, I want to be able to match his ability and be better. See the big hit there. Laid on Alexei Lisov. And Kim, the coach, wants a penalty. Russians in position. Petrov coming, working. 7 minutes left in this period. Very even period. And the wave has started here in Shayba. Shayba Arena now hosting not only 2 first-time ever Winter Paralympic sledge hockey teams, but the wave is here as well. Korea struggling to get the puck out of their own zone. There it is, dumped into the corner. That's Lisov falling down, Alexei Lisov. Amasov working with him behind Ivanov's net. The puck frozen, there's Jung. Hardly looking like the fastest man in the world when he's forechecking and bottled up. The Russians have done a wonderful job with the Korean captain, not giving him any chance to show the speed and get into the open and maybe put a puck past Ivanov. We tick down under 6 minutes in Shayba Arena. Oh, and the puck's sitting right there, and a dangerous situation for you. And his team comes to his rescue as number 21 of Jenny Petrov brought the body a little bit too hard into their keeper. And as you know, if you watched hockey, anytime you go near the other team's keeper, there will be trouble. Here's what that looked like. Seems to have lost. Just flicked in there by Varlamov. Looking for his second goal of the game, and you can see you had it under control, but that's a perilous position when the puck is squibbing away and it's right in front of you. 4 for 4 here in period number 2, and except for that goal late in period 1, not much difference between these two teams. The Koreans with just 3 shots on goal in the game. 11 for the Russians. Korean defenders are doing a marvelous job in front of their big goalie, Yu. But there's not much to show on the other end. As Mikhail Ivanov, number 1. And Russia's goal hasn't been tested. He's made 1 excellent save, and now you're seeing the Jets of Ik-Hwan Kim flying in there. Good chance to see him out in open space, but he had a Russian defender right with him. You see the face-offs, 23 already, and Korea is winning that battle. This one stacked up as a close game. Koreans a solid defensive team with a really good goalkeeper. The Russians improving. Not necessarily a high-scoring attack yet. Selyukin takes an angle and an opportunity. Oh, it was denied. Ivanov was down, and Lee knew if he could have just lifted it, it would have tied the game. A golden chance for Korea. And a play that started harmlessly, but then Selyukin with the giveaway, and the diving save by Ivanov, and yeah. Korea's captain, Jung-Chung Lee, knows if he just, look at that, he's looking at the blade, if he just have lifted it, just get it up a foot, it would have been in. Ivanov completely at his mercy. So 1-0 we stay. The goal at 14-19. Just 41 seconds left in period number 1 is the difference in this one. And we tick down into the final third of this period. Nice stop off the board. Now the Koreans matched up nicely, getting some puck movement. Oh, but the sweet intercept there in center ice. And once again, that's number 6, Vladimir Litvinenko, who's playing very well here in this later stages of the second period. He's all over the place. Big hit there. Petrov now chases the puck down, looking for help, scaling it back. The goal scorer for Russia, Varlamov, giving chase. And they'll just hold it behind his net for a minute. The big forecheck from Korea, looking for a turnover. Litvinenko sends it in, and it bounces right out in front of Yu, but harmlessly cleared down center ice. Under 4 minutes left. Varlamov sends it down the side, and here comes Volkov. He shoots on a huge save, but that could have hit the outside post. Yu in good position. The post is your friend. Look forward to seeing that replay. The ricochet was either a save or could have gone off the post. I did not hear the telltale ping of the post, so I'm gonna give him a save. And a bouncer almost went in. Oh, Ivanov a little nonchalant. And that almost tied it up. Korea just floated it up there, and Ivanov stopped it, but almost didn't. June losing it. Here comes Dima. Dmitry Lisov, 23-year-old budding superstar on the team. Sent ahead, and a little breakdown in communication, and Trentiev has it for Russia. And the forecheck again gives Russia a chance in front of you. Two minutes left in the period, puck moving it. And a chance now. And it goes the other way. Back and forth, not a lot of puck possession. Just a one goal late in period number one by Russian defenseman Vasily Varlikov. Assist to Amasov and Petrov. 41 seconds left in period one, and that's what it is. Very evenly matched game. Korea almost tied it up just minutes ago on a harmless knuckleball that almost squirted past the Russian keeper, Mikhail Ivanov. Last 2 minutes of period number two in a game that still could go either way. Face-off won by Korea. Puck possession for Park. Sends it back around, the long chase. Lisov catches up to it. Maybe a chance for Russia again late in the period. Puck shot up and high off the glass. And we'll see what the whistle is about. With the play stoppage. There's two penalties in this one for each team. Two power plays denied. Now Sergei Samoylov gets his team together. Trying to put them in position to get another late in the period backbreaker. You see his assistant behind him working with their star, Dmitry Lisov. And this game is as tight as a 1-0 game can be. That's how it feels, but on the scoreboard, the shots are 13-5, so from that point of view, it has been heavily tilted toward the home team. You would expect them to have an emotional lift from the crowd and not understanding the importance of this first game and getting the big jump. But Korea's played an excellent road game in effect in the Olympics. And they don't want to give up another late period goal, but there's a chance right here for Petrov. He scores! Yevgeny Petrov, 24-year-old forward, a harmless-looking bullet. And if you was saying I'm the best goalie in the world, oh, it was clear. Oh, he was caught leaning. Three defenders took Petrov outside, and he went against the grain. Caught the goalie leaning, and another backbreaker. This one with 57 seconds left in the period. So the last minute, of period number 1 and period number 2, both proving to be fruitful for the Russians, and it's 2-0 now. And the Koreans playing a solid game, but with only 5 shots on goal, their predicament is perilous indeed. What a goal. And now the action behind the net as the Russians are going for more, and there's a penalty. So who's heading off here? Petrov with the goal, with the assist to Vasily Varlikov. So Varlikov with a goal and an assist. Oh, the boarding hit by Shikov, and that's going to cost him. Now, how severe is the penalty? Is it 2 minutes, or is it something? Yep, 2 minutes for boarding. Konstantin Shikov. So now a chance maybe for Korea here late in the period. Up a man, down 2 goals. A dangerous play. Fortunately, the Korean player is up and around and just fine, and the team feeling a little bit of an opportunity here. Can they win the face-off? Yes, they can. Set up, and a big shot here. They score! Just what they needed to get right back into the goal, into the game. The boarding penalty on the Russians, and celebrate if you have an opportunity. That is Min-Soo Han. You see the high shot blistered up and over the glove of Ivanov, who had made several tremendous saves, but unable to get that one. Han from Jung and Lee. So there is life indeed on the bench of the Korean team. So the last minutes of the first 2 periods have been electric, and maybe more coming. Could the Koreans get another one here late? Jung right around the action, trying to dig it out, and here he comes trying to go wide. The Russians breaking out. It's cleared as the period runs down. So, what a range of emotion. The Russians celebrating with a great opportunity, taking a 2-0 lead on the goal by Petrov with 57 seconds left in the second period. But then just 40 seconds later, just 21 seconds later, pardon me, Han scores from Jung and Lee, and it's 2-1. So the goalie, Yu, leaves feeling a much better situation now in the game. Instead of 2-0, Russia goes into the locker room only up 2-1 against a team that has to feel like they finally got a break, and they're right back in the thick of this thing. An entertaining third period ahead. Just 6 shots on goal for Korea, but one of them late in the period gets them back into this preliminary round game in the first ever Paralympic ice sledge hockey game for both of these teams. 2-1, Russia leads it. 15 minutes left to play, and who knows, we had extra time in the first game. We had overtime in the first game of the day. We had a shootout won by Norway. We'll see what happens here. 2-1 Russia after 2 periods of play in Shayba Arena. after 2 periods of play here at Shayba Arena. You see the shots on goal, 14-6. It was 2-0 Russia with 57 seconds left in period number 2, but 21 seconds later, thanks to a penalty taken by the Russians, Han scores for Korea, and it's 2-1. On just 6 shots, the Koreans score on their last one, and they're right back in the middle of this game. 31 face-offs. Gives you an idea of how choppy this has been. This has not been a smooth, gliding, plenty of free ice skating game. There's been tie-ups and battles and icings, and the face-offs are all even. And a fascinating period coming, and Ivanov and you battling to see who can keep their team ahead at the end. There's Jung, the fastest player in the world, helping his goalie out, keeping that puck on the doorstep and not in the back of the net. This was a tricky one that almost leaked through you. Sigh of relief. Captain Lee wishes he could have just lifted that one just a little bit. Then Petrov beats 3 and the goalie, and it's 2-0. A second goal for Russia in the final minute of a period. Then the absolute rip shot. Min-Soo Han gets Korea right back in it. Big sigh of relief on the bench. They head into the second period break with a huge lift, knowing they're down only 2-1 and the pressure starting to build back on the home team. There is how it looks. Preliminary round Group B earlier this evening. The United States won their first game 5-1 over Italy. They jump to the top of Group B. The winner tonight of this one will tie at the top. But so much is still to be decided. I wonder what's going through the minds of the home team here. A tremendous advantage to have the crowd behind you, but a little bit of a burden with the pressure, especially with an aging and veteran Korean team right on your back. The goal even later in the final minute of period number 2 to give the Koreans life. Players taking the ice, and the first 5 minutes of this period will be electric, I'm sure. The team in white giving a big shot of adrenaline with the goal. Han's goal certainly has given him a big lift. And Varlamov, a goal and an assist. Stepping up and playing big in big games. So here we go. Hope you're enjoying the action from Shayba Arena. And Mikhail Ivanov getting ready for a third period battle with the man who says, I'm the best goalie in the world, Man Jung-Yu. Big number 41 for Korea. Korea turning in its own zone, over to the middle, an opportunity. A mishandled puck, and it looked like they could come in with numbers. Lee breaking in, and there's another penalty. Lee had cruised in, and after the initial hit, he takes the hook, and Korea will go on the power play again. Lisov to go in. 2 minutes for hooking, right at the beginning of period number 3. So now the challenge is right there for Sergei Samoylov. Make sure his team can kill off the power play and get back on even ground. Korea with a wonderful chance. Pressure now on that man, Ivanov. Hasn't been tested very much. Made a couple of big saves. He was also beaten high on the absolute laser shot by Han. Now the race for the puck as the Russians look behind. Lisov trying to maybe get a shorthander and break this game wide open. Oh, the Russians are trapped behind, trying to forecheck and take the puck away. Koreans trying to force the action. They are up a man, trying to get set up, get organized. But not so. Nobody home as the Russians recover. Battle along the boards. There goes Varlikov, but he can't catch up to it either. No control for the Koreans. Now they have it. There's Wu behind, trying to get something going. Great opportunity, well set out. He cannot control the puck, and now it's the Russians with a head of steam. The check. But the puck is still loose. It's in front. Play on, says the referee. 25 seconds left in the power play, and there's the fastest man. Great setup, and he scores! What a setup from the fastest man on ice. Sung-Hwan Jung put it right there for Byung-Suk Cho. And Cho made no mistake. He had the patience to hold on. He waited. Ivanov waited. And then we'll see how the play develops. He's beaten wide. Cho showing tremendous patience and poise in a big situation. So just like that, 2-0, and now it's 2-2. The Koreans with 2 goals in 1 minute 48 seconds. And just like that, what a battle on our hands at Shayba Arena in the final preliminary round game of day 1 of the Sochi Paralympic Winter Games ice sledge hockey. Boy, you can imagine how the Koreans are feeling now. The 2-0 lead, the quick penalty to Russia, the quick goal by Korea, and then right back, beginning of the period, another power play goal. And it's all tied up, and now the pressure tightens even more for Russia. Such an important first game. It will set you up as the preliminary round rolls on. Remember, there's only 3 games in the preliminary round before you move in to the next knockout round. And for both of these teams, tonight's first game, picking up a win would be absolutely immense, and especially for Korea playing the home team on their ice and a 3rd-seeded Russian team too. So Korea moving the puck along. You see the tremendous work with both sticks, and part of this discipline that so easy to admire. Incredible dexterity of these players. We'll see how cool, calm, and collected the Russians can remain. This is an icing, and the face-off will go all the way back down in front of Ivanov, their goalkeeper. What a difference it makes, and there is the president of the Russian Federation, Mr. Putin, in a much better mood just a few minutes ago when his team was up 2-0. All of a sudden, the Koreans have put 2 goals on the board in 1:48 of hockey time from late second into early 3rd period, and it's 2-2. What drama, what emotion, everything riding on every turn of the puck, it seems. And there's that man, Selyukin, one of the heroes in this country for all he's given to his country, and also being a big part of the beginning of the Russian sledge hockey movement. This man will be tested, the head coach, Sergei Samoylov. He can't control the penalties, but there was one taken at the end of period number 2, and Coach Kim of Korea very happy with the turn of events. A couple of power play goals, and they're right back in it. Now pressure and an opportunity for the Russians. Three in the corner, sending bodies in after the puck. And there's that man, Lisov, 23-year-old budding star of the Russian team. Wouldn't be surprised if he figured in here late in the game. He's pressing the action, number 8 there in red. Dima is his nickname. An opportunity around the side, closed off nicely by the Korean defense. Big hit there along the side. Race for the puck. Vadim Selyukin comes away in front of his own goal, pressing the action. The setup, the dump in. Lisov applying the pressure, a big hit. The puck is free behind the Korean goal. And Dima doing his work in the corner on Park. 1-on-2, trying to come away with it. Some scary times for the Korean team as they seem to be out of control here. The Russians buzzing. Jong gives it away. Oh, what a chance here. A big save by you with the pad. Selyukin in front. Comes all the way around, and a penalty. He's drawn a penalty. The hero of the Russian Paralympic sledge hockey movement. Right there, Vadim Selyukin. Now the pendulum of momentum shifts over to the Russians. Now they go on the power play. What can they make of this? The team captain, Selyukin, lost both of his legs while serving in the military in Chechnya, but he built the team from scratch. He launched the sports club for people with impairments in 2004, and now 10 years later, look at what has happened. They have a very viable Paralympic ice sledge hockey team, the number 3 seed here, based on their work in the recent World Championships, where they came in 3rd, losing to the gold medal Canadian team and silver medal USA team by a goal each game. And the home crowd starting to become a big factor here. Here is the chance and the opportunity for you to prove his statement of, I'm the best goalie in the world. 8:20 to go and a 2-minute power play. Harlakov giving chase, gives up the body, keeps the puck moving. Here comes Litvinenko. It's wide, now back to Litvinenko, behind the net. Amazov. Litvinenko, down and back up. Well set up on this power play. Oh, but a key interception by the Korean defense and sent all the way down. Park serving 2 minutes for teeing. He has a minute left. There was an excellent gamble by Kim, pushing the puck behind the Russian defense and behind the goal. And here we go. A chance. A high shot. Blistered up and over the net. And there's Diva again, giving chase. 37 seconds and counting. Litvinenko behind his own goal. Goes off the wall, but it's just a giveaway. And the crowd roaring, trying to lift their team. 20 seconds to go on the power play, and there's the man who drew the penalty, Selyukin. Oh, he sends it nicely to Lisov. Back and forth they go. A great chance. Selyukin with a big opportunity, and what a defensive play there. Penalty over, full strength. The Koreans have fought off the penalty. Some tense moments there. Great play in front of the goalie Yu. Seems as if the Russians were just a few feet away from completing a pass that would have sent one of their men in alone. Selyukin again. He has been large and in charge here in the 3rd period, drawing the penalty, taking bodies, setting up players with great passes. Number 8, their star player, Lisov, with extra ice time here in a period that has now become huge. And yet the Koreans continue to force the action as well, waiting for a counter. The ice has tilted down toward the Korean goal, but now Park leads it in. Selyukin back with the puck again. And here comes Lisov. If he can pick it up and get to the puck, wins the puck, holds on, still holding on, battling Lee there. Lee wants a penalty for an apparent shot to the head. Not going to get it. Under 5 minutes to go now, and as you know, the way this game has gone, all the goals are scored late or very early. And a chance! And a save by Ivanov. Boy, he had to be ready for that one. It came out of nowhere. And a chance now for Petrov. Down into the corner, digging. Jong battling him, wrapped around. A chance right in front. Lisov battling as the puck frozen. Finally, yes. 4 Korean defenders and their 41-year-old goalkeeper, Man Gwin-yu. Look at the chance. What a save. Lisov set up perfectly, but completely bottled up. Great defense in front of him by Han. It's so easy to keep your eye off your man at that situation when the keeper's made the save, the puck's sitting there. Han stuck to his business, tied up the electric Dmitry Lisov, not allowing him to put a stick on the puck, thereby allowing the freezing of the puck and no chance for a goal that would have been huge. We're not in overtime. We've had one earlier, the first game of the day here, the first game of the preliminary round. Norway and the Czech Republic went to shootout. Norway winning it 2-0 and winning the game 2-1. Coach Kim asking for more from his players, who have done a remarkable job. Buried 2-0. And the Russians were just seconds away from getting out of the second period with a commanding 2-0 lead when they committed a penalty. The Koreans scored to make it 2-1. They drew another penalty early third period, tied it. 2 goals in 1:48 seconds. And here we are. It's almost overtime now. Next goal might win if it happens in the third period. Dangerous times, the puck just so close to Korea's goal. And the steal by Zhukov down there. He's battling in the forecheck. Incredible pressure over the last several minutes by the men in red. Zhukov has it. He can't get control of it. Now he does. Crossing back, using the body very effectively. Look at him just dominate. Circling, cycling. And here comes, oh, and the big chance. Amasov tried to center it. Nobody home all the way down. But again, the Russians continue to apply the pressure. They have puck possession. They're winning the battles along the boards. And now on the rush. The high lifter, and you watched it sail harmlessly past him. Oh, this is building. What a crescendo. 2:40 left. And another penalty. And a chance yet. Still in control of the puck. They're not able to touch it, and there is the touch-up. And the Koreans will spend 2 minutes in the penalty box. What a break late in the third period. Zhukov drawing the penalty from either Park or his teammate. And indeed, it is Wu who goes off at 12:44, 2 minutes for hooking. So once again, all the action late in periods and early in period 3. We've had penalties and goals at the end of the first and second periods. A penalty and a goal at the beginning of the second, or the beginning of the third to tie it up. And now the Russians with a huge chance to avoid the always tense overtime situation. If they can score here on the power play, it might be enough to win this first game. Korea will talk about it with Coach Kim. Great opportunity to rest his penalty killers, reinforce his plan, re-energize them, point out that they're just 3 minutes and change from overtime. Less than that, 2 minutes and 16 seconds from overtime. And there's the 41-year-old Min Jun-yu, Korea's goalie, who has been excellent. Both keepers have done a tremendous job. Shots on goal, 17 for Russia, 8 for Korea. And here we go. You don't want to turn your eyes away because this action is fierce. Lisov comes away, the Russians win the faceoff. He's controlling with both sticks, tying up 2 Korean defenders. And now it's out there, it's free. Petrov has it, circling back, great opportunity. The Russians well set up. He continues, now Lisov heading around again, puck possession, set up very nicely. Volkov now, right back, set up in front, a big chance. There's Selyukin right in the middle of it, as he's been throughout the period. And now Korea calmly steals and scales it all the way down. A minute 10 in the power play, a minute 25 left in the third period. 1 minute to go on the power play. Lisov has it. He's holding up 2. The captain. Oh, if Korea can hold this off without a goal, they'll be so proud. Lisov in front. It's set up. Click. Nothing there. Petrov back. In control around the net. Still has it. Still lugging it. Still lugging it. Sets up Lisov, their star player. What can he do? Selyukin back behind the net, trying to make something happen in front. Jung had it. It's lost. 19 seconds left in the power play and counting. Russians just enjoying tremendous puck possession. It's there to be had. Fired wide. Petrov with a big chance, misses the net. Jung doing hard work behind the goal and clears. Oh. 7 seconds left in the period. And 2-2 to overtime. What a game. That man's heart rate is just flying along. Sergei Samoylov and Coach Kim appearing calm. At the end of regulation, 2-2, the second game of the day. We are bookended as we started the day going to overtime, Norway and the Czech Republic, and now, thanks to a ferocious comeback from Korea, the 2-0 lead there for Russia on that goal by Petrov suddenly goes away. That was 2-0 late second period. However, a penalty and an absolute laser top shelf from Han, and the Koreans were back in it going into the second period break, only down 2-1. The penalty there on Lisov puts Korea back on the power play. You watching from a distance. Tie game. 2 goals in a minute 48, spanning the second and third periods, and those goals held up. So the last game of the night, oh boy, so much pressure, so much riding on this for both teams, and again, what a welcome to Paralympic ice sledge hockey. President Putin, nervous as everyone else, watching the first game of Paralympic play for both of these countries. Incredible. And really a big pat on the back to the Koreans for getting right back in it. Took advantage of a couple of penalties. And that shot from Han, the high laser, tied it up. And here we go. Get ready. Next one in wins. And beyond that, penalty shots. These are often the stories that gold medals are made of. You're tested early. You survive. You're toughened by this experience. Your confidence goes through the roof, and you go on to do even better things. But so much riding on this drop of the puck. Five minutes and an early takeaway. Oh boy, look at the chance in front. Korea's star Jung and the Russian star Lisov battling. Both wobbly. Koreans clear it. Lee ahead to Jung. Talked about his ability to get up and down the ice, and you saw it there. Buried in his own corner, then all the way back down the other way, and it's centered. There was someone there, it would have been a tap in. And again, 1-on-3. Jung is making things happen. Big hit by the Korean against the boards. And there's that man, Han, had the big goal and the big hit. Oh, it gets in front. Just sitting there. Han falls down. Here comes Lisov. Dmitry. Dima walking in. What an opportunity. Where's the puck? You notice the referee waiting because the puck is loose. Just because the goalie sprawled out doesn't mean that you blow the whistle. He's got to be able to see that the puck is stopped. And there it was. Referee in perfect shape, and there is Dima. He has been on the ice a whole bunch there for Coach Samolov. In the battle for the puck. But Korea comes away with it. Just 3.5, under 3.5 to go in the overtime. And here comes Petrov, working his way in, avoiding the hits and keeping the puck back off the wall. Again, they're set up. The high shot. Litvinenko sends it back around. Petrov doing battle behind the net. There's Shikov. There's a chance there, a big hit, puck possession. Oh, there's the first goal scorer, Varlikov, coming all the way up to pinch in. And a chance there behind the goal. There's a free puck. A shot, oh, you didn't know that he had it. A little wrister that was tricky. Oh, and he lifts it with the bladed stick. But Hugh, a 41-year-old goalkeeper who has the confidence that you'd want in there in this situation, And this is the 6th seed Koreans here on the doorstep of a major upset here. But the Russians continue to dominate play in the overtime. They continue to have chances. Flipped in. Behind the net. There's the captain Lisov between his legs. A little dipsy doodle. Gives it up. Looking for any shot, any chance. There's a chance. And it's knocked down and covered by Yu. Yu has just been enormous in net, and you saw that was the first one. The shots are now 20-8 in favor of the men in red. 2 overtime saves, 4 in the third period. And still the face-off, oh, that one's ticketed. It may have bounced off the outside of the post. 1:43 left, and this whole period, this whole overtime has been played in Korea's zone. Lisov rips it wide. Now it's Alexei Lisov with the puck. And another chance, Lisov flips it. Dima, their star players, right there on the doorstep of a first-round heroic play. Selyukin makes a play. Lisov, there's just a minute left. There's Han, whose goal has tied it. They're just trying to get through the last 50 seconds, and is this a giveaway? Oh, near giveaway, but it bounces out and burn off precious more seconds. Here come the Russians, and it's kicked down the other way, and now that will work the clock down even closer. Icing, 33 seconds left before we go to penalty shots. Incredible stuff here between Korea and Russia in the first Paralympic Games for these 2 ice sledge hockey programs. You think these kids will remember it? Wow. Some of them are 40-year-old kids. Timeout now being called by the Russians. Coach Sergei Samoilov. What is he telling his team? A face-off down in Korea's zone. I'm sure they want to apply pressure. They want to try to push their advantage. They have 30 seconds, puck possession deep in Korea's zone. They don't want to go to another period. That next period is even more tricky, exciting. We're heading to penalty shots. We figured this game would be close just because of the defensive nature of the Korean team and an older group, very disciplined. And indeed, it has been that, and they've shown tremendous heart coming back from 2-0 down in a very difficult place to play on the home ice of the opposition. And here we go, last 30 seconds. Korea wins the face-off, and now they hit 20. Will something crazy happen here in the last 20? There's Park with the puck trying to rip it free. One more rush for the men in red. That looks like it will be icing. It is. So Korea will have a face-off and a flick of a chance with 6 seconds. They're dancing because they're too nervous to sit. Here we go. And that will do it. So, Russia up 2-0 late in period number 2. Sees that man, Coach Kim's Korea team, score 2 goals in under 2 minutes, spanning the end of the second and early in the third period to tie it. And here we go. Strap in for the next level of excitement. Overtime is over. We're going to a shootout. Both goalkeepers have been fantastic tonight. Not going to be an easy thing for anybody to skate in and score on them. 21 shots the Russians have put on 41-year-old goalkeeper Yu, and the Korean has come up as big as he is. He has made save after save when he had to, late in the third period. A couple in particular. Mikhail Ivanov, #1 in goal for the Russians. He's been spectacular when he's had to be. The goal that tied it was a high laser and would have beaten any goalie on earth. So now it's the selection of who will shoot. You figure you will see the likes of Lisov, #8, Dmitry Lisov, the captain, Dima, the best player on the Russian team, full of good players. Figure you'll see Ik-Hwan Kim, the fastest man on sledge skates. We'll see how they attack each other's goaltenders. Lisov was that close to winning it. Each player alone with their thoughts, knowing how important this is. In their group, Russia, Korea, Italy, and the United States. The U.S. with a resounding 5-1 win in the earlier game this evening in Group B. So, the one who comes out on top tonight will be tied with the U.S. and in great shape. This is what, like the Olympics, what Paralympic competition has come to deliver. Night in and night out, the unexpected, the most exciting. Looking for the kind of effort and the kind of inspiration that lifts teams and nations. There is Man Jun-Yu. I'm the best goalie in the world, he has said. The Russians resting up as well. Coach Kim talking shootout strategy. They have a plan. We'll see how this all shakes out here. And here comes Mikhail Ivanov, the Russian goalie. He'll turn 31 in 3 weeks. What an opportunity to become an instant national hero tonight. Somebody is going to be saluted and celebrated, and it'll start out with Cho will be the first to attack the Russian goal. Here we go. Sit back and enjoy. What a goal! What a goal for Young Jae Cho. So calm. He walked in using both hands. Incredible dexterity. One back to the other, waiting, and goes under the legs of Ivanov. Coach Kim, he did just what you told him. And now, here comes the Russian hero, Vadim Selyukin. Oh, and he went for the deflection, he went for the misdirection. He had a gaping hole. If he could have just controlled the handoff to his right hand, it got away, and you didn't even have to make the save. Selyukin had the right idea. Oh, it was right there. But you have to be able to execute it. And now, Jung can win this with a goal. Fastest man on earth. He scores! Masterful stick handling. You saw the speed that he built up. Now it's up to Lisov. He scores! Hope for Russia! Incredible stick work. And he just lifts it under the arm of Yu. Jung-Kyung Lee next up. They are 2 for 2 on Ivanov. I wonder if the Russian keeper is beginning to wonder. He needs to make a stop now if they're going to have a hope of advancing. And he does! An enormous stop. Ivanov denies Lee point blank. The shoulder moves, and he went with the left hand. Ivanov stayed low. Now, Evgeny Petrov, 24, with a chance to tie it. Everybody's anticipating. He scored! We are tied up! Absolutely incredible drama. He didn't mess around with the left hand. And there's a party on the Russian bench. 3-3, they were down 2-0. Just as they were up 2-0 in the game. Oh, someone's going to be crushed. And this is just the round one of the preliminary. This is day one. And remember, this is the first game in the history of the Paralympic ice sledge hockey programs for both of these teams. And now Dmitry Lisov, Dima, their star player, with his chance again. Oh, he goes wide! You with the save! Oh, that was immense! He tried to beat him with the left, but Yu had too much of it covered, and the shot went wide. Cho is back. He started it all off for Korea with a goal. Oh, so much pressure. Not only on the keeper, but really on the shooter as well. Now the discussion. There's a discussion. And there's a goalkeeper alone with his thoughts. My, how events have unfolded. From late second period when it was 2-0 Russia and they were celebrating the lead. Quickly after that, a penalty and a goal by Korea. They open the third period, drawing a penalty and another goal by Korea. Cho ties it up. They scored 2 goals in under 2 minutes, spanning the second and third periods. Game tied. Into the shootout as a scoreless third period puts us into this stressful and dramatic and really incredible situation. Now, Coach Kim is not happy with whatever the referee is telling him. They're sending out Min-Soo Han, who scored the first goal. That high laser over the shoulders of Ivanov that got Korea back into the game, and here he comes, picking up speed. Well, they said go back, not so fast. Coach Kim says, what happened? Han had made his move and was on his way, and the referee wasn't satisfied. Now the whistle's blown, and this one counts. So much riding on it. He goes high and beats him glove side. Korea, with one of the most amazing comebacks, back and forth, and he lifts it up and over the keeper. Ivanov beats him on the glove side, and there it is. Oh, how difficult for Sergei Samoilov to accept. And the goalkeeper, Ivanov, leading 2-0, late second period. Korea, what an effort. There just aren't words to properly describe what we've just witnessed here in the last 45 minutes. Absolutely incredible. This makes tomorrow's Russia-Italy game all the more important. And the United States will have their hands full with this group. The Koreans, Jung and Han, and the keeper Hughes says, I'm the best goalie in the world. And their fans, anybody inside of Shayba Arena tonight has to be treated to a memory that won't fade anytime soon. The referee is instructing the teams to go ahead and shake hands. Wow. Now the Russian team is not out of this by a long, long stretch. They'll play Italy next, then a humongous matchup with a very strong United States team. That is coming up on Tuesday in Sochi. But what a way to open up the first games in the history of these two Paralympic ice sledge hockey programs. And wow, 21 shots to 9. The face-offs proved to be big as Korea battled back. The goalkeeper was immense. Russia came back from 2-0 in the shootout to tie it. But in the end, Korea had one more goal in the shootout, and they win it 3-2 on penalties. An incredible evening of ice sledge hockey here in Sochi. Both teams are to be saluted. There was no loser, although the Russians understand they are behind the 8 ball. They are in a serious spot with very little margin left. Just enjoy the end, enjoy the highlights. What an incredible night. That one there tied it and took us ultimately in through overtime to the penalty shot shootout. And the goal by Han ultimately wins it. He had one. He scored their first goal to make it 2-1. He scored the goal that wins the penalty shootout. And as fans leave, fans of both teams, it's really hard to feel badly, although the Russians are in a little bit of a spot now. What a game, what a comeback. So close to a 2-0 lead heading into the third period, but the Koreans' comeback starts late second period and goes all the way through. In a game that they will talk about for years and years here in Sochi and in Pyeongchang, which of course is where we'll be for the next celebration of the Paralympic Winter Games ice sledge hockey tournament. On that note, we will say goodnight from Sochi. Hope you've enjoyed an absolutely electric night. A bit of a downer, but wow. Good night, everybody.